B-Sides, we are on location at Austin City Limits 2021 with one of the amazing performers, Zella Day.
Hello. Where do I look? Here or here?
You can look.
I can look at you. I'll look at you.
I mean, I'm just having a conversation.
Okay, great.
It'll be
All
like
right.
on the phone.
Nobody's watching.
Correct.
Got it. Yes,
it's not
yes.
like Zoom where you're just so self-conscious.
Yeah, Zoom. I've heard some pretty funny things about Zoom lately. Wasn't there? There was like some meeting, and one of the guys. I'm actually not going to tell the story. It's not appropriate.
Oh, come on.
Well, after
You
the
started
interview.
it.
No, after the interview, it's fine. Question one. Let's go. Let's.
So what's
go
your Zoom
in.
experience been like the last 27 months?
My Zoom experience has been. I don't understand Zoom probably because we have FaceTime, and I feel like every time I have a Zoom meeting, it times out, which is kind of annoying, and then we have to end up FaceTiming. So it's just like, let's just stick to what we know, people.
Yeah.
But Zoom songwriting sessions, I've had some of those, which have been interesting. You can't really hear each other over the microphone.
But that's got to be weird, but yet kind of helpful because if you're physically in the same space.
Well, there's a formula to it. I think the Zoom writing sessions, they're about an hour. Like that's what I've figured is kind of like the best thing to do. You sort of like get inspired, come up with an idea, get something going, and then you go your own ways, and then maybe just come back another time. You kind of like can't follow through. It's too hard. Not being in the same room is too hard.
And you cranked out some really great music during the time.
Yeah, I made a record last year in July. Yeah, I drove from LA to Nashville. Did a cross-country road trip with a friend of mine and close collaborator, and we spent 30 days in the studio with the producer Jay Joyce. Studio is called the Neon Church.
Yes.
And I had a lot of music that I was just, dying to make and be able to really like put down so that I can move on to the next thing, which is performing it and being able to live outside of the inside. It's nice.
Did you have any hesitation, any concerns traveling during an uncertain time like that?
Absolutely. But I'm kind of someone that's like,
You're nomadic.
I am kind of nomadic. I like being on the road. You only have control over your own self and where you're putting yourself, so it's just like be as careful as you can. I stayed with family on the way out there, and everybody got tested. Everybody got tested. We were tested.
Like every day.
But we didn't fly. That was the precaution, is we didn't fly at the time.
It had to be very interesting because you do write in the moment. It's kind of like you have these little snapshots of your life.
Yeah.
And what you're thinking and what you're going through and whatnot, right?
Uh-huh.
And so with Golden, for example, it's very much a hopeful, empathetic type of song.
Yeah, I feel like the best versions of myself are in a lot of the songs that I write. And Golden being one of those where like that chorus is like you're saying so empathetic and compassionate and mindful. There's a mindfulness there, and that was actually at the time I'd written that song. I wrote that song with John Paul White in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and I was in Nashville a few days before. And I was supposed to go back there, but ended up writing Golden instead because I couldn't travel back because of the tornado.
Wow.
And so it was kind of this weird sort of like strange, I don't know, like confinement of, okay, I can't go anywhere. All we have is this musical equipment in this studio, and we can kind of, sit around and talk about what's happening and the disasters that we don't have any control over, or we can write music together. And it was kind of communicating, with powers that are much bigger and powerful than we are. But the music was like a really nice reprieve. So Golden is like exactly that. It's just such a reprieve.
With that particular song, and I assume some of the other songs that are on the album, Sunday in Heaven, that's TBD.
Yeah.
A reflection of everything in terms of socio-political as well as the health concerns, or more focused on the reaction overall?
I wouldn't call Sunday in Heaven it's not a pandemic record. A lot of the songs are written prior to the pandemic, except for Golden and some of the ones that were last to sort of make the thing complete. But there are definitely definite threads of the socio-political climate, and also what we're dealing with on climate change, and then also what we're dealing with just with each other and broken hearts on a personal level. It's like interpersonal, but also having this bigger conversation. So it's a lot of things all at once. Yeah, Sunday in heaven too. It's sort of like this measurement of time, like, you know, days, Sunday, and then heaven, which is sort of this infinite place that has no concept of time, you know, so we think or hope. So putting the two together is kind of the way, you know, my waiting period to be able to play music felt, was like counting the days, but then also feeling like, oh, well, it's just, this is nothing really, because I'm supposed to be playing music, and I'll be there again, and I don't really have to worry about it. So I can be hyper focused on every minute and hour that's passing, or I can live in the infinite sort of truth that I'm supposed to be making music and making this record. So.
Was that something you learned over the course of the early experiences of the switching of labels and the career change and those kind of things?
Yeah, patience, gratitude, and faith. Yeah, absolutely.
Because I was with you early on.
Yeah.
Right?
What was I, a little Spitfire?
Yeah, back
was
in
I?
whatever it was, 2016, opening for Milo Green at this venue called the Independent in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And you were just on cloud nine. You were just happy to be there.
Oh, yeah. I was like, was I even legally allowed to be there? We don't know.
Hey.
I don't think so.
Hey.
I actually remember waiting outside of the venue a few times. They're like, you can't come in here. You're literally 18 years old. And I'm like, but I'm playing the show. And they're like, we don't care.
They're like, just
Your
go around the
green
corner
room
and
is
look
in
at the
the
Full
van.
House and
Exactly.
hang out over there.
Exactly.
So here we are. We're at a big festival. You are actually doing a bunch of festivals. You did a small little festival in California.
Beach Life. Yeah.
Right? You did a you're doing some tour dates with Silver Sun Pickups.
Yeah.
What is it like?
To be back on stage again?
Yeah.
Existential crisis mode.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Where you're just like, is this what I want to be doing? Oh my God. But then also there's this like beautiful, like, wow, everybody just really wants to be here. Like there is sort of this, I'm sure it was there before. People, I mean, we enjoy live music, but I think that anything that is taken away, you know, outside of your control,
Yeah.
you have a new perspective. I feel it. It's palpable.
And I know it's kind of an innocuous question, but like, what were you doing aside from music to try to maintain that level of energy, that sense of hopefulness that it'll be okay, and get you through those?
Smoking a lot of weed.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that answer, and I will end on that.
Okay.
You are amazing.
Thanks.
I'm sorry it took us this long to have a chat.
Oh, no, it's great. I'm so happy that we got to catch up again. Absolutely.
And I'm looking forward to the album.
Yeah, thank you.
Number
thank you.
3.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Look forward to your set at ACL.
Thank you. Cheers, man.
She is Zella Day, and we're at ACL 2021.